everybody, I'm at the bus stop and I just got here. I have about 5 minutes to do a bus stop happening. I threw this dress on to come out here. I was working outside in my backyard. I've been in jeans and a t-shirt all day, although I was pretty dirty, so I went ahead and changed, and then hopefully I can get a shower when I get back. But for now, I'm here at the bus stop just kind of enjoying sitting here because I've been up and working all day since the morning. So I was moving parts of a tree that we had cut down that had rotted towards another side of the fence, and that's kind of what I've been doing all day, is kind of just moving the wood from that tree off to a side of the fence where we can later chop it for firewood and things like that. So anyhow, I've had quite a few different little injuries so far, and that usually happens to me. So this is what happened. I smashed my finger in between one of the large logs, and it got wedged in there, and it actually has a cut, but I put the piece of skin back on. I know that sounds kind of gross. And then I hurt my wrist, another piece of wood that dragged across it, and then my leg. And so there's quite a few little injuries on me today. So I thought that I would talk about pain and suffering. So pain and suffering are still something that happens, okay? So everything still happens the way it happens, even though there's been a seeing that there is no one here or there or anywhere, and everything is just what is. So even though that's been seen, there is still pain and suffering happening here, and it doesn't happen. So the pain and suffering that I'm having is localized here. It's not happening, to somebody else. If I hurt myself, I'm feeling it. But the difference is I'm saying I'm feeling it because I'm not speaking in a non-dual language. I just speak the way that I speak. So if that's kind of hard for y'all to understand, I'm sorry, but I don't subscribe to like the non-dual lingo or any of that because I just don't see the need to. So what's happening is that the pain is still happening here. And for example, right here, I'm feeling some pain right now and in my finger, and it's not happening for anyone in specific. Like, I could get hurt and the pain would still be paining or hurting, but it wouldn't be for me. So I can see that I got hurt, but in the end, I know that I didn't get hurt. It's just something that happened, just like anything else happens. It's just something that happened, and there's pain here. And when there's just pain here and it's not happening to someone, so I mean, I'm saying it's happening to me, so I'm assuming this is probably kind of confusing. So when I said that it's happening to me, it's happening here, to this character, to this expression that's arising. Okay, it's happening here. But there is no one here. It's still all an illusion. There's no one really here. There's really no pain. There's really no tree that hurt me. There's really none of this. So when you can see that, or when that's seen, pain is just pain happening. It's not happening to anyone for any reason. There really is no cause and effect of why this happened, or could I have done something different, or there's no beating yourself up about it. Oh, I always get hurt, or I wasn't paying attention, I'm so clumsy. None of that happens because there's no one for it to take ownership. So all that happens is pain. So I have pain here, and on my leg, and that's all. And it is pain. And when it happened, it was like a sharp pain, especially on my finger. It was a sharp pain. And then what happened? You just take care of it. Other things happen. So I went inside and I got some ice and put it on my finger and held it, and before you knew it, the pain had subsided. Whereas I would think that if I was to be thinking, oh, I hurt myself and it's my fault and I gotta do something about this and I'm gonna feel horrible tomorrow, if I would have went on with that dialogue, if that would have been what I would have done in the past, the pain would have lasted longer, and maybe the suffering, as far as the mental suffering, could have interfered and kind of prolonged the whole suffering process, where now there is pain, but that's all it is. It's just pain, and it lasts however long it lasts, then it's gone. And it's not happening to anyone in specific. Like, it's not happening to Nydia that, oh, it's my pain. No, it's just pain happening. So it's a lot more bearable. Pain is not as intense as it used to be, but pain still happens. I mean, if you get hurt, if you cut yourself, break a bone, anything like that, you will suffer pain. But it really is not happening to anyone and without any reason or consequence. Even if it was the most horrible thing, that you lose a limb, or that, let's say, you die from something that was painful, it really didn't happen. In the end, it really didn't happen, and nothing is going to happen from that, or there is no consequence or meaning or, you know, anything further than what actually happened. And then it's realized that it never really happened at all. But when it's happening to this character, it is feeling pain. It is feeling pain, and it feels pain for however long pain needs to happen in that circumstance. Okay? And so the other side of pain or suffering could be, mental suffering, mental pain. And that is not like an injury. That's more of, let's say, depression, anxiety, sadness, worry, loneliness, things like that. Those things still happen, although they don't really happen very often, and some of those may not happen at all. Okay, so like, trying to think of a specific maybe thing that would no longer happen. Like, I know, like, people pleasing just completely fell away. Wanting to be someone or impress someone, that completely fell away. So a lot of things relax. But one of the things that I suffered with prior to this seeing was anxiety. And I had pretty bad anxiety, enough that I had to be on medicine. And I had anxiety ever since I was growing up, but it wasn't medicated until I was an adult, and I had a few car accidents, some few other things that kind of triggered it more. So at that time, I had generalized anxiety and panic attacks. And I was on medicine for both of those for about 5 years. And I had anxiety going to like Walmart, going to social events, sometimes just sitting at home. It was very random and unpredictable. Some things were predictable, but like the panic attacks and things like that could just happen anywhere. Like, for example, I had a panic attack literally just cooking some noodles. Nothing was happening. My daughter was just playing in another room, and I just had a panic attack. So those things would happen prior to this seeing. Now, after the seeing, I completely relaxed, and I'm not going to say that happens to everyone, because I don't want to make this seem like something special, because it's really not. But a lot of things did relax because there was no sense of self. So that alone just relaxes everything. So then what ended up happening was I've had this seeing for about a year, and I've had anxiety maybe 2 times. I had anxiety once going to Walmart, and I had anxiety once before a party. So things still happen like anxiety, but they're just not so strong, and they don't stay with you or make you feel bad. It just kind of subsides and goes away. So I just want to talk a little bit about that, the buses here, and maybe I'll talk a little bit more about mental health on a separate video, since I only talked a little bit. All right, well, thank you for watching.